going on?
Hey.
How's it?
Okay. All right. I'm so over it. Like today's StreamYard is being pissy. Hello,
You
hello,
got
hello.
what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you today?
Good. Just this show. I mean, I just went into being optimistic, and now I'm just like I can't. I just I just in good conscience can't really root for anybody. That's the sad part.
Yeah, they all either suck or you can tell that it's scripted, which is sad. But hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the commentary zone at night. We are talking about Married at First Sight, season 12, episode 12, Must Love Dogs. Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. Let's hope I can keep my temper tonight. I've already had a glass of wine.
I mean, I just it just got worse and worse and worse.
who do
Literally
you
worse.
who do you want to talk about first?
It really doesn't matter. They're all equally bad at this point.
Well, let's go with Brianna and Vincent since they are the the only couple that seems to be getting along at this point.
True. Okay. We can start with them.
All right. I just think that they're boring, boring, boring. Nobody cares that you're getting along. Nobody cares that Champagne Vinny needs to lose weight. Nobody cares. Is that bad?
No, it's so funny. Like we want them to get along and we want them to do well, but we want something to work with. You know what I mean? Like something to work with, like a little conflict. A
Well,
little dramatics.
I think they will be like last year's Woody and Amani. Remember, they hit it off
Yeah,
from the start, and then right before decision time, they had like an argument over nothing. I think these will have the argument over nothing, and then come back together and be happy, dovey-dovey, and stay together when the decision time comes.
I agree with you. I mean, they're kind of like remind me of Cam and Jules a little bit. Like they're just coasting along. Like you root for them and all that good stuff, but you kind
Mm-hmm.
of want a little meat, not too much, just a little.
Yeah, give me some drama, something.
So weird.
Okay, so anything else about them?
Not really. They've been. You know what it was with them is that fact last week was so cheesy with the boat and like I love you, smooches, I love you, rainbows, butterflies, unicorns. It was like, ugh.
It was bad because you and I was talking about the dinner. You know, when it
Right,
comes to us talking about the food, that the show is boring.
exactly, exactly.
Oh my god. So how about we go to the next boring couple? Haley and Jacob. At least the one good thing I have to say is that at least they are not fighting anymore.
Right,
And they're just trying to make it through to collect a paycheck.
right. Like it's weird because they're trying to. It's like they're trying to make it work, but it's just like pulling teeth, and it's just so sad to watch.
I don't even think that they're trying to make it work. I think that they're just trying to come out of this as friends,
Yes,
you know? Um, but I find that Jacob talks to everybody except her.
right. Was it me? Or were they more honest with the other people they were talking to?
Yeah.
Haley was more honest with Vincent. Jacob was more open with Brianna.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, why aren't you saying this to the other person? But okay.
Because they don't know how to communicate to each other and they don't know how to hear what the other person is saying
And they
without taking
nailed it.
offense.
They nailed it on the head. Brianna and Vincent, y'all nailed them on the head. Like this is the way you
Mm-hmm.
guys communicate. Like you're not understanding each other.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, exactly. But neither
Mm-hmm.
one wants to like stop and listen. Like I mean,
It
really stop and listen.
it was that scene where I kind of thought, wow, Champagne Vinny is really taking in some of the lessons from the experts. Whoa.
Yeah, Vincent's not a bad guy. Just he's just a smidge sensitive.
I still got that one red flag.
You always gonna go back to the stripper. You
That's
need to
right.
let that go. You need to let that
I'm
go.
not letting it go. I'm not. I'm not. Nope.
I mean, what he got at home is better than the stripper. So I'm not sure where you. I wouldn't be tripping off that. Just
I'm
saying.
not tripping off of it. I'm just not forgetting it.
I go see that's a red
Whole
flag.
government name. Government name. Not Sugar Lips that was in the cage. He said her government name. How long was you talking to her?
Well, see, yeah, you just suspicious. That's all.
Okay.
Bachelorette nights. You gotta let that go. I
No,
hold
I'm
nothing. I
not.
hold nothing against people on those nights.
No, if I know you, I'll let it go. But I don't know you. I don't know you.
I mean, that's a fair point. I'm gonna give you a fair point.
Okay. What'd you think about their go-kart race?
He let her win. It was so nice. They're just funny to me. I just like them as a
Why would a
couple.
guy think that he let her win?
We
He
all know he
spun
won.
out.
He still won. He still would have won.
Oh my God.
Next,
Jamal, go to the naughty corner.
next.
No. What'd you think about him sitting down there talking to her with sunglasses on?
You don't do that.
Thank you. That's what I was telling
You
Heidi and Susie.
when you are talking to someone, you never like have glasses like sunglasses on
The
unless they're
only
prescription.
the only time I will allow that is if you are outside, like in direct sunlight. It is bright as hell. Like
Hmm.
I've had to do site inspections of a property that can last for hours in the hot boiling sun. I've
Mm,
had to have on sunglasses, but what I will not do is wear reflective sunglasses.
right.
So,
Unless you are Roy Orbison or Johnny Cash, you should not be having on some Jackie O's. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Or Ray Charles or Stevie
Yeah,
Wonder. Hmm.
yeah.
Yes.
There's no reason for that.
Correct. Cool. Now, wait, I have to bring up food with this couple. When they made dinner and she was making the Brussels sprouts for him, did you check out his plate? It was all steak. That was like a huge plate of
Hmm.
like an inch and a half of steak. That like he's Fred Flintstone at this point. What the hell is going on with the Brontosaurus dinners?
I'd at least have some. I see. I would have fronted. I would have a sprinkling of like cauliflower or some broccoli or something. Just to make it look good.
Well, he did do the Brussels sprouts, thank God. But it like I think I saw 4 cut in half, so 8. And then the rest was the Tyrannosaurus Rex piece of steak.
But see, that's my kind of
That's
plate
a
though. I'm not
lot.
going to sit here and lie.
Are you serious?
Hmm.
That's competitive eating level steak. That's a lot.
It's not. It's not a lot. Trust me. If it's cooked and it's tender, it's not a lot.
That is a lot.
I think
Like
if it was I think if you had a good piece of filet mignon that was about 2 pounds and it was tender,
what?
you could eat that.
2 pounds? There is no way I'm eating 2 pounds of anything. Are you
Okay.
serious?
Yeah, steak. Well, see, the thing is, okay. Oh, how can I put this? 2 pounds of steak and 2 pounds of like fish is different because steak is denser. So for me, it's easier to eat more steak than it is fish. So I love tilapia. So for example, when I go to the store, I get like 2 pounds of tilapia, and 2 pounds of tilapia is 6 pieces on the norm. So
Right.
I know I can eat 2 to 3 pieces of tilapia, and that's it. But if you give me a 2 pound steak, and when it cooks down, so it's not as much as you think. And I could eat 2 pounds steak. It ain't no thing.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
With
Like
some with some with some broccoli and maybe some garlic mashed potatoes. Yeah, you can sit there and eat that 2 pounds.
I'm feeling my intestines cramping right now. They screaming at me, going, "Bitch, no, no."
Debbie's for you.
Oh, Debbie, off the subject, but thanks for the pendant diamond. Thank you for handling it. Oh, you're so sweet. We were deciding, me and Michael X, we were deciding in the comments section how we were gonna, repurpose Tinsley's engagement ring from Scott. So we
Oh,
decided on a beautiful pendant.
oh, they'll take the ring and turn it into something
Take it
else.
out of the setting of the
Setting.
ring and
Ooh.
reset it as a pendant, and it lay right here in between her boobie so that he could always look at what he missing.
Yeah, I agree with you guys on that one. And I would wear it at every press too.
Mm-hmm.
Every press. Yeah, you would always see me wearing it. Where'd you get
Uh-huh.
that? Where'd you get that? Oh, this was my engagement ring. Yeah, I would be extremely petty.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I would repurpose it. I would not break it down either, because that's losing
No.
the value of the
Mm-mm.
stone.
Yes.
You need to keep that insurance policy. So yeah, that Michael, thank you. And keep on commenting. I love it. Great minds
Oh,
think alike.
you know what she could do if she was
What?
extremely messy?
Mm-hmm.
What I would do, because I'm sure he's bought her more jewelry. What I would do, I would get all the jewelry he ever gave me, send it to a jeweler, and I would make different jewelry pieces out of all the pieces. Like she
Not
could,
me.
I would.
See, the other jewelry isn't as sentimental as an engagement ring.
Oh, you going for
See,
the
I would
sentimental
wear
value?
yeah, I wouldn't waste money resetting any of the other crap that he's given me. I would just make sure that I would take it to a jeweler, have it reappraised to make sure that it is real. Because these men be coming out here with some moissanite instead of the diamonds. Get everything insured properly. Take them out at
Mhm.
certain times where I might run into him. But
Mhm.
like, say suppose she gets back on Real Housewives of New York,
Mhm.
I would have that center stone, that oval, reset as a pendant and wear it in every scene. If I don't wear it no place else, I wear it in every scene. And then if you really want to get petty, if you in the scene with like a child or something like that, or you be like, how remember from Bling Empire and Anna, and she took all her jewels and just put them on Cherie's little girl, and I
Mhm.
was just like, oh my god, what if she loses that or something like that? Be real reckless with it and let him see it. You don't give a about that piece of nothing, just like I
Mhm.
don't give a about you. That's what I would do.
Mhm. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I still would melt.
Okay.
I would still melt everything else down. I mean, have the jeweler make me something. That's just me though.
Mm-mm.
Repurpose. Repurpose.
I wouldn't waste the time or the money. I would just
Mm.
wear it. It is what it is. Like, you know what? How I would think of it, like a medal from a war.
Okay.
This is what I got out of him. These are my medals from combat, and
Gotcha.
that ring is your Purple Heart,
Yeah, you gotta
and
wear it
that's
every
why
scene.
you don't give it back.
No, never. Not especially
Mm-hmm.
especially when he calls it off. You never give it back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right, so we deviated off of, yeah. Anything else about Haley and Jacob? I just hope
No.
that they could get through the rest of this without having any more
Exactly.
fights. Just like get to the end, get your paycheck, and be done. Let's do Paige and Chris.
Why?
Finally, they are filming separately, and I said this to Heidi and Susie just now on Heidi's show. You guys, whoever's watching this, please check out Heidi Black's show on YouTube. She does a lot of great interviews and she reviews a lot of these shows as well. I told her that I feel, because like we've been saying for the longest time, that they should be filming separately. They should not be
Mhm.
filming together. I feel that the producers went to her and gave her a bonus and said, look, just keep on stringing this along. Keep on stringing this along until you get to the halfway point, and then we'll separate you. You could be done by then. because there's no way the page that was screaming and cursing at the producer is the page that we've been seeing for the past few weeks, where we were like, what the hell are you doing?
Agreed. Totally agreed.
So yeah, but all of that BS that she was talking with her brother, I mean, good luck to you. Yeah, if this works, as long as y'all filming separately, I don't really care. Collect your
Exactly.
checks and be done with it.
Yeah,
And
I enjoy. I mean, I'm glad they're filming separately because they're easier to take. And
yeah.
I don't really need to see Chris. He can go anywhere but on my screen. It is what
What
it
did
is at this point.
But what did you think about the conversation with his mom? At the beginning, she was like on Paige's side saying, why the hell would she talk to you after what happened? But then she turned back into the enabler in chief at the end of their segment, enabling him in his bad behavior.
I mean, we kind of know what's gonna happen though because moms tend to always side with their boys no matter what. It's annoying. The mom should. She was. I'm a good mom. Stay firm. Stay firm. Stay firm. And then when she weaseled out, I'm like, you know what? Next.
Mm-mm. No FM. Look. Okay. Thank you, FM, for joining Heidi's show. Chris did this show to pay his franchise fees. Obviously not, because
Nope. Mm-mm.
Subways took away their franchise
Yep.
from him. He
Like
never paid them.
and how do you like? It's just weird. Like, they came and took your stuff too. Like no notice. They came and took all your stuff, all your
Mm-hmm.
equipment. That's
Mm-hmm.
embarrassing. You had didn't he walk? Isn't the story like he walked in on them taking their stuff?
No, someone was taking pictures
Someone was taking pictures.
of the
Okay.
sheriff putting out like the filing cabinet, like whatever wasn't nailed to the ground, with the exception of the food stuff and the like baking equipment and furniture, like the filing cabinet, some old cups, like they put that out into the parking lot, and then some random trucks drove by and stole his stuff. He didn't even come and pick it up.
That's for some reason I don't know why I thought he walked in on them. Maybe I was just dreaming about that and hoping that's what happened.
You wish, because then the sheriff would have arrested him. That would have been in my dream. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe he took his money and did the deal to get like a lease on the Mercedes for Mercedes.
True.
Because he could
True.
have, I feel he went to Vincent, asked a favor, say, yo, don't run my credit. I'm gonna
Hmm.
break you off $1,000 and you hook me up with a Mercedes for my Mercedes. And you know,
Hmm.
Champagne Vinny dumb enough to do it.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I'm glad they're not filming together anymore. It was just getting a little bit too toxic for all of us to take. Well, I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah. It was just too much. It was just too much because it wasn't enjoyable to watch because
Mm-mm.
to see the abuse and
Mm-hmm.
just the displeasure, the anger, it's not entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's go to our little Ewok and Clara. They did
Um,
tantra yoga or some such nonsense.
this is just painful to watch now. This is painful, and it's painful because she, I don't like to see anyone beg for anything. I
Mm,
mean, he went to get more in tune with her dog versus her kitty. This is ridiculous to me. I'm sorry.
he wanted to learn to communicate with her dog, but he has no interest in communicating with her.
Mm-mm.
I
I just
just it's difficult to watch. I feel so bad for Clara.
I don't at this point.
No, I do. I
I
do,
don't.
because
No, it's
when she
stupid.
was at with the girls in Haley's apartment, whose apartment they went to? I think they went to Haley's apartment. Um, let's see. Yeah, she went to Haley's apartment and there was Paige there and was Paige there? I can't remember. It was about 4 of them
No,
that was
Paige
there.
was there because Paige was sitting on the couch.
Yeah, it was 4 of them there. I think it's Virginia that was missing.
Virginia wasn't there.
She was this girl. She is reeking of sexual frustration. She really is. And I don't even think he's reciprocating to her.
She said
She has to
she
jack
said he's
him
not.
off every night.
She don't
How?
have to.
No, she doesn't. But she's doing it. And I think she's doing it in the hopes that, turn around is fair play, and it will lead to something. And it just feels like he's getting his jollies, shooting the jizz and then rolling over. And she's sitting there in a wet spot. And it's not even of hers. I just feel so bad for her.
I don't. She's the fool that keeps doing it. 7-0.
No.
7-0.
But get this, right? He
I'm not
keeps
going
on
to, but go ahead.
saying, he keeps on saying he has to get to know her. He has to establish trust. This person's living with you. You have to trust them. First of all, I'm not letting a perfect stranger come up in my house. I don't know you. And this is not just the panorama talking. I was like that before this. I don't deal with strangers.
Mm-mm.
And they're marrying strangers. I get it.
Right.
But he's been with her for a month now. If you trust her enough to manhandle your junk, you have to have some trust with her.
No, that's not accurate because men ladies, I'm sorry to tell you this, and I think I'm gonna say this in terms of YouTube standards. You could carve a hole in a mattress, and a man will be happy. So,
I think all of y'all have forgotten Lorena Bobbitt.
no, we haven't. We just make
You
sure
just don't
everything's put
care.
away. We just make sure stuff is put away, and we're not gonna do stuff we're not gonna go to some some psychiatric evaluations going on. But it's the truth. Men do not. Men just don't care, and I don't understand why some people don't understand this concept. Men just don't care. That's why you got these
So
men, some of these
sad.
men running around here doing the things that they're doing. So I think the problem with Claire is she's not understanding her worth.
Mm-hmm.
So if you keep doing this in hopes of something, why would you expect any better treatment? He's only going to treat you the way you let him.
Yeah.
Like, because here's the thing, he's getting what he wants with this behavior, so he has no incentive to change his behavior.
Very true. Very
So
true.
her boohooing, blowing snot, crying, I'm like, you know what? I felt for you like 2 weeks ago. I did. I felt bad for her. But when you don't adjust your behavior to make him adjust his behavior, I can't roll with you. Just like Paige, Paige, I had sympathy for you beforehand. I really, really did. But you keep going back to the foolishness. So I got no sympathy for you. So I want Clara to leave. I want Clara to run.
I think she is because remember who was she having dinner with? Whack-a-mole. Eric and Virginia. Remember she said, if I don't get an I love you by 6 months, I'm
I'm
gone.
out. Mm-hmm.
Right. I think I told you that day that she's going to readjust that timeline and she's going
You
to
said that.
readjust what her this she's getting pushed to the brink. She
Mm-hmm.
really is. And he keeps up this stupidity. She's going to just leave. I think she'll hold out till decision day. I think she will because of the contract. But
Right.
I think if it was up to her, I think she would have left already.
Oh, totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree. And I would support her too. I support
Ooh.
any fool finding the light.
Susan says she has a 3-day trip coming up being a flight attendant. Let's hope she gets some from a pilot or something. I don't know.
Exactly. Just not during the flight. The quarantine.
Why? The plane flies itself. It's on autopilot.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What you mean?
Inappropriate.
Mm-mm.
Inappropriate.
Mile High Club. Come on now.
She's already done that.
But what did you think about their tantric yoga or whatever how you
Dumb.
call it?
That's wasted on him. And
It
that's
is.
another problem. She's
It is
wasting
just
things on
for him.
him.
When he said, "I feel like I've lifted dead weight," I was like, "Damn."
That's
He's so rude.
yeah. But
He
she
said,
accepts it.
but my biggest problem with him is that he's always like, "Oh, I'm still trying to get to know her," and yet he doesn't like to hear her talk.
Right.
It kills me with him. And every week he says the same damn thing about trust and getting to know her. What? But yet he said that he could give marriage advice to some of the
Mhm.
other participants.
Mhm.
What? Okay. Anything else about Clara and Ryan?
No, just Clara, just run. Just run and don't look back. You'll be okay.
But fulfill your contractual obligation.
Right. Make sure you do enough to get the money and then run.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's do Virginia and Eric because they have replaced Paige and Chris as the hot mess express of this franchise. And I'm a little pissed at Eric.
Yeah, they can go away too. It's just
Okay. Before you send them away, I've been irritated with them for the longest time. I did not think that they would work, but they've been going around and around in circles, never really saying what these issues are. Like, I hate the way how you put the toilet paper down instead of up. Like, we don't know what the issue is. But
the
I
issue
got
is that
really
hold on. The issue. Sorry to interrupt, but the issue is they both have issues. He has daddy daughter issues, and she has now we understand she has may have mental health issues. So he wants to be somebody's father. I mean, sir, you should have had a child with your previous wife. That's what you should have done. You should have had a child with her. That we could have had a child to boss around when you got to your marriage. Because this ain't happening. This ain't it. You're not as great as you think you are. You're doing too much for doing too little. I'm gonna need you to sit down. Just sit down and listen to your wife. And Virginia, Boo Bookins, I'm going to need you to cut back on the drinking. Because now that we found out you have some mental health issues, my concern is that you are taking medication and mixing it with alcohol.
Mhm. But here's the thing. Remember when they were both in bed, right? And she was saying that her anxiety was getting really bad.
Mm.
He just didn't give a toss. The girl does have some mental health issues, right? I deal with anxiety. I have anxiety attacks. I felt for her so much because she was screaming. She was screaming inside for help. She was she was losing it right there on that bed. You saw her catch the shakes. I think another reason why she walks away from him is because she doesn't want him to see her go into an anxiety attack. Every
Mm.
time he attacks her dog, he's attacking, like that dog is her service animal. And she said it to the producer. She said, he doesn't understand. No, she said, I've told him I've got that dog when I was at my lowest point, and that dog helped me. That dog is her is a service animal for her. It is an emotional service animal for her. And if you notice, the only person that dog bites is Eric, because the dog senses that he is hurting her. And did you notice when she started getting agitated on the bed, the dog jumped up on the bed and went between them? That dog knows what it's doing, and he wants to get rid of that dog to further cripple that girl. And then on top of that, he took away her cats, who I feel she depends on as well. That girl is spiraling. I don't think she's on the alcohol right now. What Susie said on Heidi's show struck a chord with me. She thinks that Virginia might not be on medication, but what she might be doing is self-medicating with the
Indicating. Right.
alcohol.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
This girl needs help. Quite
But
honestly, I feel Paige and Virginia should be suing the producers of MAFS.
I think with her, the problem is she doesn't know how to communicate, and I get with her anxiety, she's not going to communicate well. And I want to know, did she tell Eric about this at all? Because to be honest, as annoying as he can be, he has some good qualities, and I don't see him being so tone deaf to someone who says I have mental health issues. I just can't see him doing that. And the way she's acting, she's like, my anxiety is bad. It's not registering with him like that this is a problem. He's not understanding like, oh,
Yes.
this is a real thing, because he doesn't. I don't think he knows.
Yeah, and if he does, shame on him.
Yeah,
for continuing down this road with this young lady. If he doesn't understand what anxiety can do to an individual, and she's told him and he's not done the research or whatever, like, he should just see her. He should just be looking at her and seeing that girl getting the shakes. She can't communicate when she's in that agitated state.
Right.
You know, but I feel she has told him, because she's told him about the dog. She said, you know about my anxiety. I think he's just being a dick, and I think he's so accustomed to what he says goes that even as a father he fails, because a dad would want to try and make this better, and he doesn't.
I agree. I agree with that, but he is not the type of person who reads emotions well. Not at all. Not at all.
I'll give you that.
So for him, if it's not plain and to the point, he doesn't get it. You can tell with him, and I'm not sure if you'll agree, but he doesn't show too much emotion outside of disdain. I'm getting to that. So you combine that, I think it's his natural affinity to be emotionless, and then you add the military aspect to it. He's not gonna understand someone who's emotional like her. I will say this for myself. I don't do well with highly emotional people. I can't deal with it. I'm not equipped. It works my nerves. If you like are a person who yells and screams and jumps up and down, I'm not going to try to understand you. I'm going to tune you out because it affects me. It bothers me. I don't like it. But when you come to me and say like, "Hey, these are my issues. This is my problem. I need help," I'm more open. Oh, okay. Explain it to me. Because he might be the same. When people emotions get involved, I just kind of just shut down because I can't deal with you because it's too. Because in my mind, you're doing way too much. You're doing all the histrionics, all the like drama when you can just sit down and talk to me and explain what's going on. And for him, he strikes me as the same way. Because if you look at how he treats her when she gets into her emotional states, like those like hyperactive anxiety, he tunes her out. He shuts down.
He tunes her out, but then he threatens the dog.
Yeah.
And that sends her further into an agitated state. So to me, it's like he's doing this on purpose, thinking that he can control her by doing this. And then another huge red flag for me was it seems like there were several different arguments going on with the bedroom scene. And I didn't understand why he was so like set on knowing where she was for this missing 20-minute period. To me, you don't need to be tracking me. If we in the same vicinity and you don't see me for 20 minutes, oh well.
Right.
But that got her to trembling when he started bringing that up about that missing 20 minutes where he didn't know where she was. That's kind of freaky to me. I don't know if anybody else thought about that, but there were so many little things in that bedroom scene that really set me off, and I've written him off. I don't like that. I feel like he finds all of that girl's weak points and then just goes at him.
With him,
That's not good.
right, with him, everything's a personal attack, which is annoying. Anytime she wants to bring up something that she has an issue with or try to talk to him like on an emotional level, it's an attack. I'm like, sir, she's not attacking you. She's merely
Mm-hmm.
explaining to you like how she feels in her perspective. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you? No, yeah, can she be a little bit much? Cool, fine, whatever, yes. But when someone comes to you and say, hey, this is what I'm having an issue with, it's your job is to sit there and listen. But I will say this, from my perspective, when they argue, it's always something petty. They never, like you were
Mm-hmm.
saying, it's never anything like. I feel like these little petty arguments are a part of bigger issues.
Mm-hmm. That they keep on, like, we're not getting it, like they're having the argument but not on
Right,
camera.
right.
Because didn't they catch a scene, like I couldn't really understand the audio because I was doing stuff, but they weren't on camera, but we heard the audio from them in the other
Hmm.
room. And
Yeah,
I was just like, what the hell is going on? It's like they really go at it
he
when they're
feels like,
not on camera.
right. It was more like he was saying like she's treated everybody horribly the whole day, this and that. Basically what he was trying to tell her, like he's like, you faking for the camera. That's basically what he said. You faking for the camera. He's like, because he's like, you've been an asshole to me and everyone else this whole day. And then I'm like, that's kind of rude. But then what kind of struck me is that none of the producers jumped in and said, no, Eric, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Not one producer, not one cameraman, no one correct jumped in to defend her. And she
Mm-hmm.
didn't. I didn't hear her say anything either. I was
Well,
like,
I don't think they're going to jump in. Here's why, because they knew that they were secretly recording that. They knew they were catching that audio because they still had their live mic packs on.
mm-hmm,
So they wasn't
fair
going to
part.
interrupt that, hoping that they get something juicy.
Mm-hmm. So I'm interested. That made me think like, okay, what is Virginia like when the cameras are down? Because for someone to come at you about your behavior, and if you know it's not true, you're going to step up and defend yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
you think, and you're on, you're not on camera, so you can really let loose.
Mm-hmm.
And another indicator for me, or where I got confused, like if you're full of anxiety, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying she's not. Typically, from what I've seen with people with anxiety, when someone comes at you that aggressive, you tend to like remove yourself from the situation, run out the room, take a break, do whatever. She didn't do that.
She didn't do it in that instance, but remember, there was a scene where they were sitting down, and I think it was on the couch, and then all
Mm.
of a sudden the dog came up, and she got up and she walked away with the dog. And he's like, "Where are you going?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm going to do something with the dog," and she walked away with the dog. That's her running away because her anxiety was getting higher,
Right,
and she went and got the dog, which helps to calm her down. But he doesn't understand that.
right. But I'm saying with this scene was more aggressive than that scene, and she didn't come out the room.
Because the dog came up between them, right? Remember the dog when the dog first got
No,
on the
I'm talking about
bed?
off
It
camera.
came,
I'm talking about the off
oh,
camera
off
audio.
camera?
Yes,
Oh, well, we don't know how long that scene went on for.
it was
That was a quick
a good
snippet.
it was a good chunk for him to be sitting here and saying what he was saying. I'm like, I'm just interested to know how that played out.
I would be interested too. And I would like to know where the location of the dog is. Because if the dog is near
Then
her, I think she has the
okay,
capacity to stay and fight.
okay,
But if the dog isn't in there, she's going to go and look for that dog.
gotcha. Okay, that's what we need to find that out.
Mm-hmm. That dog is key to her survival in this relationship.
Oh, totally agree. Totally agree. Is there anyone else? Did we miss anything?
There were a few little like sidebar activities. Virginia Page and Brianna got together just to talk about crap. Let's see. Oh, in that episode, that in that little snippet, I do like it that Virginia, when she starts to talk about her issues with Eric, that both Paige and Brianna said that they have gone to therapists to help them. Like Brianna says she went to one right before this experiment to figure out who she was. And Paige says, of course, that she's been attending a therapist to help her. But let's see, she says, Virginia says that they have issues that they have to work through, and they table the really difficult ones. He doesn't understand her mental health issues, and she needs to go to someone to help her. At least she realizes now that she does need help.
Right.
But it's I don't think this is going to work just for that sentence alone, that he doesn't understand her issues. And I guess you're correct, because he does shut down when she tries to talk about it. And I bet you anytime she tries to talk about it is when she gets into an agitated state to try and explain herself. But I know when I have an anxiety attack, communication is very difficult for me. I can barely breathe, furthermore talk. And
I hear that. I've read a little bit about it. So I know that I've heard that happens. In the text I've read, like, yeah, typically people with anxiety, they'll, that they're hard of breathing. Like, like it's like their chest is like tight. I'm like, well, damn. I'm like,
everything
okay.
is rushing. Everything is rushing. It's I hyperventilate. So I find it very hard to breathe. I have to get, the position that you get in the airplane with your head between your legs? That helps me to breathe. And I just hear like a rushing of like, okay, so if you're underwater in the ocean or in a pool and you hear that whirling, rushing, that's what I hear in my head. So it is very hard. Like I can't talk and say, help me or anything like that, So it's difficult for people to see happen, but it's also difficult for the person that it's happening to,
that
because
would be
it's
scary.
crazy. It is crazy. And it happens at like when you're in a very high stress situation. For me, when I get overwhelmed, this girl seems to be in a constant state of being overwhelmed, and that's not healthy.
I agree.
And I think the producers should step in,
Yeah,
talk
I
to like
agree.
one of them doctors that are the experts, to refer her to somebody, because the production team does know, because they had that little snippet where she was outside talking to them. They do know that she's spiraling. They need to help her.
Yeah, and sooner than later, because it's not fair to her. It's not fair to Eric. It's not fair to anybody, actually.
Yep.
She
Yep.
needs the help. Y'all can see it. Help her out.
Yep. What did you think about the double date with Brianna and Vincent and Haley and Jacob? So like they took the best couple and the worst couple, other than Paige and Chris, because we're not counting them anymore, and we put them together to see how they could help one another.
I like it. It was very insightful. Brianna and Vincent were spot on. They told no
Mm-hmm.
lies.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good scene. I mean,
Yeah.
I have no complaints. I would like to see more of that kind of stuff where they actually get together and talk, and
Yes. Like the Australia version of this, they always have the group dinner before the commitment ceremony. Like I think this franchise could do well with adding like more group activities,
yes,
you know?
yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes.
but maybe they couldn't do it with the panorama. I don't
It
know.
has to.
Oh well. What did you think about the boys getting together at Eric's apartment?
That was interesting. I didn't think I didn't know where they were gonna go with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're just all clueless. That's just pretty much what I took away from it. They're all clueless.
Um,
I mean,
honestly,
you could tell like for example, Jacob. You could just tell Jacob is trying to get through it.
yeah,
Eric
Jacob is just
Eric is
checked out.
yeah. Eric just doesn't know what to do. Um, Ryan is just to me is just completely oblivious. I mean, he just I really just want like to just like drop kick him in the face because like dude like you can't be this dumb or this like non-observant. And his non-observance is to me is just very disrespectful to Clara.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Vincent. He just chilling. He's like, look, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm cool.
Yeah,
Y'all got
Vincent
yeah.
wasn't really saying anything. He was the smartest one out of all of them.
He's looking at them like, oh, y'all got problems. Let
Well,
me
no,
just stay over here.
he did say one good thing. He said, "Lay it all out onto the table if you want this to work.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest."
But he got that from a fortune cookie. I'm sorry. He went to Panda Express, opened the
Look,
cookie, and got that. Quit playing.
listen. He's
The
showing
cookies
us
do
the
be right though.
Vincent that we all want to see. We
Right.
all know that DR Champagne Poppy gonna come out real soon. And
Exactly.
I didn't like it that all Eric could complain about was her damn dog. And Ryan with his concepts of organization. Oh boy, bye.
Okay. I'm like, where are you organized, sir? Like, it was his closet that had the leaning shelf, right? That was his
All
closet,
the
right?
shelves were
Right.
broken, and he
Right.
doesn't fold anything. He just throws them into a drawer.
Right.
That that's not organization.
Organization.
That's just mess. Mess.
Exactly. And my thing with Eric, like, dude, like, quit complaining about the dog. Shut up. You have bigger issues than the dog.
The
Like
dog
your
don't like
like
you
yourself.
for a reason. Mm-mm.
Exactly. Acting like you want to bond with the dog. Shut up. Just
Mm-mm.
shut up.
I agree. I agree. Okay, guys. Is there anything else in the episode that we missed?
No, I think we're good.
I'm getting sick of this show now
Well,
because
yeah, there's no one to root for.
Australia is so much better.
Right. That too.
So
That's
guys,
the big problem.
tomorrow we're going to be doing MAFS Australia, Married at First Sight Australia. So that that is so good. I think I watched clips ahead of time on tonight's show, but I'll be watching the whole thing again, just to see the shenanigans with Innes and Sam. But yeah, this review was Married at First Sight, season 12, episode 12, Must Love Dogs, with the exception of Eric. Let us know your thoughts on this episode. Let me know what you think. Am I off base with regards to Eric and Virginia's mental health issues and her dog and her animals? Like, let me know if I'm way off base. I only go based on my own experiences with anxiety. I just have to feel bad with her. I really do.
Is this okay? Is this part of the honey? Is this on the Honey Boo Boo show? Or is this something completely different?
What? Debbie and Joanna wish you guys to cover Mama June's Road to Recovery. Oh yeah, that's what I call Honey Boo Boo because I can't get rid of that
Oh,
stupid name.
okay,
But
got
yeah,
it.
Mama
What day is that on?
June. It's Friday night at 9 o'clock on
Oh,
WeTV.
Trash TV. Got it.
Marrying Millions is tomorrow. Of Blavi. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
that's
it
gonna
will be
be.
good.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be Marrying Millions. That was a trip. Mama, Rodney put it down. But we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yes, yes. We love us some Rodney. I think I already put up that show, did I not? I think
Yes,
I
you did.
scheduled that show. All
Yeah,
right.
so I have the thumbnail, so we should be good.
Yeah, just I think I've already scheduled the Marrying Millions show for tomorrow, Blavi. So just people on our channel just to see when it is. And we love to see you there too. Yeah, so I think we're done with this shit
We're
show,
good.
to be quite
Yeah.
honest. Guys, leave your comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Michael, I expect to see a comment from you, for real. Michael X, I'm talking to you. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't, because we're telling you to. No, we're asking you to. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend. We are growing our channel. We want to talk to more of you, and we want more of you in the conversation. Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, but I will check out the Honey Boo Boo Nest because I haven't been watching it. So if Debbie's watching it, I'll watch it.
I've been telling you to watch it from last week.
I know, I forgot. I forgot. WeTV. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. It takes the place of Love After Lockup.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.